He kissed another girl, while staring right at me. His friends laughed. I didn't. My heart didn't just break that day, it shattered so loudly, I swear even the silence around me felt embarrassed. But what they didn't know was, that version of me, the one they laughed at, she died that day. I wasn't the loudest girl in school. I wasn't rich. I didn't wear makeup, honestly. I don't even know how I caught his attention. Maybe it was because I looked at him like he was real, not like the others, not like he was a trophy, or a god. His name was Aiden. Captain of the basketball team, $1 million smile. Everyone wanted him, but somehow, he wanted me, and that terrified me. The first time he sat next to me in class, I remember gripping my pencil so tight, I snapped it in half. He laughed. I turned red. That was the beginning. Aid made me feel seen. Not popular. Not perfect, but seen. He would text me at 2 a.m. just to ask what I was thinking. He'd walk with me after school, not caring who stared. He told me I was different. And God, I believed him. For 3 months, I floated. His hoodie smelled like cinnamon and something I can never describe. His words were warm, his hands were safe. I didn't care if people whispered, why her? Because he chose me. Until he didn't. It started small. He stopped replying as quickly. He sat farther away in class. His eyes, they didn't stop on me anymore. And then, the comments started from his friends. Yo, Aiden, still babysitting the bookworm. Man, ditch her already. She's killing your rep. She's not even hot. What are you doing? I heard them. He pretended not to. I thought he'd stand up for me. I thought he was different. But the truth is, boys like him always fold when the crowd laughs. It was the spring dance. I wasn't even planning to go. But he convinced me. You'll look beautiful, I promise, he said. I spent 2 weeks sewing my own dress. It wasn't fancy, but it was mine. I walked in and felt like maybe I belonged. Until I didn't. The music was loud. The lights were warm, but nothing felt real anymore. I saw him near the drinks table laughing with his friends. And then, I saw her. He pulled her close. I couldn't move. I couldn't speak. And right there, in front of everyone, he kissed her. Not just a dare, not a joke. A full, public, intentional kiss, with me watching. His friends cheered. I disappeared. I left the building barefoot, my heels in my hand, my soul dragging behind me. I didn't cry that night. I didn't scream. I just broke. I deleted all his texts the next morning. I threw away his hoodie. I looked in the mirror and asked myself, is this all you'll ever be? The joke they all shared. That night, I cut my hair. The next week, I withdrew from school. Signed up for a part-time job at a bookstore across town. No one knew me there. And every night before bed, I whispered to the broken girl inside me, they will remember you, but not like this. The bookstore was quiet. No judgment, no fake friends. I loved how no one looked at me twice. I shelved fiction by day, shelved my feelings by night. At school, they probably didn't even notice I was gone, except for one person. Aiden. He texted me once, hey, you okay? I left it on red. He didn't try again. Of course he did single quotes, T.Y. chase something you already destroyed. One night, I saw a photo of them on Instagram. Aiden and her. Her lips red. My lipstick. Color. My dress, the one I made. She was wearing it. I wanted to scream, but I didn't. I screenshot it. Not to remember, but to never forget. That night, I couldn't sleep. I stood in front of the mirror for 3 hours, and then I made a list, not a revenge list. A rebuild list. I wrote, learn how to confidence, learn how to walk into a room like you own it. The globe wouldn't be for him, it would be for me. I found a free gym in town, mostly women, no judgment. I started lifting. Slowly, quietly, relentlessly. I watched YouTube videos at night, how to walk like a CEO, how to speak like you don't need permission, how to be unforgettable. I got a side gig with a local designer, steaming dresses. She liked me, took me under her wing, taught me how to wear confidence like perfume. I didn't tell anyone, not even my old friends. Not that I had many. I vanished from their world, but they had no idea. I was building my own. Aiden kept posting. His hair got longer, his captions got dumber. Trust no one really, Aiden. I heard through the grapevine she dumped him. Apparently, he wasn't serious enough for her. Funny how that works. He failed senior year. Got benched for skipping practice. Lost his offer to state. I was working overtime, and I didn't even lift a finger. But I wasn't smiling. Not yet. Asterisk, asterisk, a year passed. When I walked into my old school for senior project interviews, I didn't expect anyone to recognize me, but they did. New hair, new walk, new voice, same eyes, but sharper. Girls who used to whisper now smiled nervously. Boys who ignored me stared, but I wasn't there for them. I was there to test one thing. If he'd recognize me. Aiden walked past me in the hallway. Our eyes met. He froze. I didn't. I walked past, slow, steady, in heels I'd learned to master. I didn't need to say anything. My silence said it all. Asterisk, asterisk. College was freedom in every sense. No one knew who I used to be, only who I had become. I walked into every room like I belonged. I sat in the front row, spoke when I wanted, laughed when I didn't have to. Guys asked for my number. Girls complimented my confidence. Professors remembered my name. I wasn't popular. I was undeniable. Asterisk, asterisk. That designer who gave me a shot offered me a permanent internship. I was dressing models, learning fabrics, attending real events. I wasn't looking for Aiden anymore. He was just background static. A bad song you forget after the chorus. Until I got the invitation. High school, alumni night, fancy venue, cocktail dress code. Student success stories would be featured, and guess who they picked as one of the speakers? Me. Asterisk, asterisk. I wore a fitted black dress, the kind that says don't ask who I am, just know you lost me. The moment I walked in, I felt the room shift. Teachers blinked in disbelief. Old classmates tried to guess if I was that girl from back then. And then, I saw him. Aiden slouched in a chair near the back. Beer belly forming, eyes dull, shirt wrinkled. He looked up. And just like that, he knew. He didn't smile. He stood up and froze. I didn't stop walking, but I said one line when I passed him. You really should have kissed me when no one was watching. Asterisk, asterisk. On stage, I told my story, not the love part, not the betrayal, just the growth. Sometimes, I said, pain teaches you how to become the version of yourself that no one else could have imagined. I didn't cry. I didn't stutter. I watched him from the corner of my eye, his face cracked wide open. He wasn't laughing now. No friends. No girl on his arm. Just silence. Scene 5. Closure or not. 28 minutes and 0 seconds to 30 minutes and 0 seconds. He caught me outside after the event. You look different, he said. I smiled. No, I said. I just stopped shrinking to fit inside your shadow. He tried to apologize. Said. He was young, dumb, pressured. I nodded politely. I'm not here for revenge, I said. I'm here because I became someone worth showing up for. And you, well, you taught me how. He looked like he wanted to say more, but I didn't wait. I got into my car, drove away, and for the first time in years, I didn't feel broken. Felt complete. Asterisk, asterisk. Weeks passed since that alumni night. I didn't think about Aiden anymore. Not daily, not even weekly. He was a memory I had already buried, until I got the message from a friend. You've seen this, right? A TikTok clip. Caption. When the one that got away becomes untouchable. It was him, Aiden, talking about me, about how she changed, how he lost her, how she glowed up and disappeared. It had 400k views. I didn't watch the whole thing. I didn't need to. Asterisk, asterisk. 2 months later, I ran into him at a networking mixer. I was there for work, invited to help style for a fashion showcase. He was working security. Our eyes locked. Air didn't move. He walked toward me slower than he ever walked away from me. You look like you don't even recognize me anymore. He said. No, I smiled. I just remember myself better now. He laughed. But it wasn't confidence. It was regret. Asterisk, asterisk. What he didn't know was, I'd written him a letter. The night he kissed that girl. I never sent it. I found it recently while unpacking old boxes. I read it one last time, and then I burned it. I didn't need to be heard. I needed to heal. Asterisk, asterisk, asterisk. Years later, I was being interviewed for a podcast about resilience. The host asked me, what was the moment that changed your life? I didn't name Aiden. I didn't talk about the kiss, the betrayal, the tears. I said, the moment I stopped asking why me and started saying, watch me. He watched. They all did. But by the time they realized what I'd become, I had already built a world where they didn't belong. Asterisk, asterisk. Sometimes people break you so they can feel powerful. Sometimes they humiliate you just to be remembered. But here's the thing. I let them remember me. Not as the girl they broke, but as the woman they could never touch again. And that, right there, that was my revenge. No screaming, no chaos, just silence. And success. The kind that glows so brightly it blinds the ones who watched you burn. Asterisk, asterisk.